I'm going to show you how to do email outreach using Apollo. Some of the resources that are here, you guys have seen briefs before. You're looking at a brief. There's lots of email discovery tools aside from Apollo. There's lots of email outreach tools aside from Apollo. The cold email outreach templates that I've gone over a bunch of times and a bunch of other resources are located further down in the brief. We're going to do a quick speed run. I've recorded this once and the audio was all messed up, so let's try it again. I go into Apollo, I click sequences. Now I need to link a mailbox, at least one, so that I can send out the sequences. I can't just start sending without a linked inbox. Select Gmail, agree to the terms of service, and hit link mailbox. Now just select one of the Gmail accounts. We could potentially link multiple if we want to create multiple. For now, let's just do it for one. Hit continue. We're giving permission to allow this tool to send emails using our inbox or mailbox. Great, now it's linked up, everything's good to go, and we can move on to creating our first sequence. It's presenting us with four options. So we can use their AI assistant to develop our own. We can use existing templates that we've already created. We can clone if we already had an existing campaign, or we can totally build from scratch. I do want to mention that we have put together quite a bit of work in terms of generating unique AI tailored templates. We also have a ton of resources that are related to building using existing outreach templates. And I've given you a bunch of templates that can be rinsed, reused, and repurposed so that you don't have to write everything from scratch. Now, I know that Apollo, by and large, is used by B2B companies doing outreach. So if I select templates, I'll have to adjust based off the fact that they're not doing a lot of outreach for people seeking jobs. So if I put down job, the only thing they got here is job postings, which is fine. I'm just going to have to do some wordsmithing and adjusting. So now what we're looking at is a sequence of three different emails: day one, a delay, day two, and then 2-day delay, day five. That's cool. I'm fine with that. I need to adjust the actual sequence to make sure that it makes sense for me. Now, the preview data comes directly from a company that I have already targeted. The text in here is for me to fill in, especially when they're merge fields that are related to me. So the merge fields or placeholders are the ones that have these little greater than or less than symbols. So if I were a B2B company, I would be reaching out basically saying, I've worked with this customer, this customer, this customer, and I would love to basically work with you. That's kind of like the idea here. I'm going to wordsmith this so that it actually feels like it's coming from a job seeker and not coming from somebody that is trying to sell their business or services or whatever the case is. So you can really quickly just watch me do a little bit of adjusting on these templates. This is why I encourage you to use existing templates. Now I've wordsmithed this. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but I'm going to hit save so I can move on to the next template. Wordsmithing email one, email two, and email three. Okay, pretty simple stuff. I have three emails. Again, are they perfect? Absolutely not, but I want to be able to use these and be able to run my first sequence so you can see what it looks like. Now, I like my templates. I'm happy with them. If you have not added in any lists, if you have not built lists inside of Apollo, we have to do that so we can send out this sequence. So the way that we're going to do that is we hit add context. Now we can upload a CSV if we have already exported that or scraped that somewhere else. I can also select a list. If I've already created a list, then I'm just going to hit select and I'm able to choose one of the many lists that I've already created, or I can go out and actually start prospecting and make a brand new list. I always recommend saving your list separately and doing a little bit of handpicking before you get into this process. To move more quickly, I'm going to select from a list that I've already created and I've already built out. So I'm going with this one, blockchain Denmark C-level. I can see that there are 25 contacts in here. If I had additional email inboxes that were already added into Apollo, then I would engage with that. I sometimes like to validate before I send stuff out. I encourage you to do that as well. So 20 out of 25 will be added. That's pretty good. 5 of 25 require review. It's really up to me as to whether or not I want to go in and find and enrich and see if I can find additional emails. I'm just going to move on because 20 out of 25 is still pretty good. Now it's added everything to the sequence, and I'm in a place where I could potentially send this out right away. But before I do, I want to make sure that I check everything over. I'm looking to make sure that the merge fields are there. So first name, great. I'm looking for the company. So where's the company in pay? That's great. Email one, I feel pretty good. I've checked over and I'm all right with it. Email two, a quick check over, same thing. I'm looking to make sure, hey, first name, great. I have the company name listed nowhere. So I'm good on that. The signature, oddly enough, is expressed in here. So I'm going to remove the signature and just leave it with my own signature. Save. So I'm quickly updating all of those in every email. Cool. I'm happy with this. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Could I spend a lot more time on this? Yes, 100%. The last thing I want to cover is inside of settings. Settings allows you to get very granular with the way that either you're tracking or the frequency in which emails are going out. So the most important thing that I think you should be spending time looking at is the number of emails that you can send out per 24-hour rolling period. If you are just starting to send out emails, I would keep it between 30 and 40. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with most of this. The last check over before I launch is making sure that all of the campaigns are enabled. So if this is paused, then the second email does not go out. Super important. I can always check over the contacts just to be absolutely certain that the contacts are the ones that I want to reach out to over there. That's up to me as to whether or not I want to take time to do that again. I think I'm good. I'm ready. I'm going to hit launch. This is a funny thing that Apollo does. It requires you to add the contacts to the sequence. I know it's frustrating. It is what it is. So I am going to launch just for good measure, go into contacts, select all. We're going to adjust for saying, hey, maybe 2 people per company. And then we can hit that resume sequence button, and that should mitigate any issues. And now I have 20 people inside of the campaign that are ready to go, and hopefully they're going to receive emails. I'll check back in, but this is how you send a sequence in Apollo to 20, 40, 50, 100 people.